All right, Carolyn, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do here at the aquarium?
My name is Carolyn, and I'm one of the volunteer divers here at the aquarium. We help the Aquarisoul staff with several tasks, such as scrubbing the acrylic here to make sure it's nice and clear, scrubbing the walls and vacuuming the tanks. And we pretty much do daily maintenance for these exhibits.
All right, Carolyn, can you introduce your two buddies over there and tell us what they're doing with those stripy sticks?
Definitely. Right now, John and Patrick are my two best friends. They're making sure that I'm safe so I can talk to you guys. The sticks that they're holding are visual references for the sharks here. If the shark gets too close, they'll wave it back and forth, just to let them know that something's in the area, so they can redirect their path.
So what other fish do we have in there? Are they just food for the sharks?
The other fish here are also residents of this exhibit, but of course, sharks will be sharks on occasion. Let's take a nibble. We've got bat rays, salmon, mackerel, and clumped together are the anchovies.
So how do you keep the sharks from eating all the other fish? And are you afraid of being in there right now?
I'm not afraid to be in here. And these sharks don't normally eat their friends because they're very well fed. They're fed between 4 to 6 times a week with the restaurant grade quality fish and clams and squid. So they're also used to our presence because we normally have divers in here about once a day.
So to feed the sharks, we do two different methods. We've got broadcast feeding, where we've got 4 different stations all around the tank where we drop food in, and that's very competitive. And then for the larger sharks, we have individual feedings, where there's a piece of fish on the end of a pole, and we basically just feed the sharks one-on-one. This is just to make sure that no one gets too hungry and takes a bite out of the salmon.
I'd like to see that.
So, can you tell us, Carolyn, can you tell us about the shark's role in the ocean?
Definitely. Sharks are apex predators, which means that they control the food chain from the top down. So they weed out the sick and the old. They also have a lot of adaptation that helps them with this. For example, they have rows upon rows of teeth. So if they bite into something hard, one will fall out and another will come right back to replace it. A shark could lose up to 35,000 teeth in their lifetime. If there was a shark teeth fairy, they'd be kind of loaded. They also have what's known as thermomechnicals, or skin teeth, which makes them feel like sandpaper, rough one way, smooth the other. This makes them very hydrodynamic, and they can move extremely fast in the water.
Can anyone in here tell us why sharks are important? Anyone? What do you think?
Because they eat dead and old fish, which see bloody as dead ones are blood and they
Because they eat dead and old fish, that's right.
Gold star.
So, they do eat dead and old fish, but on occasion, sometimes they'll take a bite out of a person. But most shark attacks are just cases of misinterpreted identity. People underwater or surfers will look like a sea lion, and the shark will just come and take a little nibble to see what it is, and then usually they'll leave it alone. Your chances of actually being bitten by a shark are about 1 in 300 million. You're more likely to get hit twice in a row by lightning or get killed by a falling coconut than to be bitten by a shark. Oh, right now we got one of our 7 gills saying hello.
Making friends.
I wonder how nervous she is.
So Carolyn, what can you tell us about the changes that are taking place in our oceans?
Well, as you might have heard, there's something called global climate change, which means we're pumping chemicals into our air. Now, the ocean acts like a giant sponge, so it's soaking all of that grossness in. And what this does is it harms smaller animals
That's a really important message these days. No matter where you live,
Freak out.
trying to get close and take a look.
Definitely, I get curious.
So no matter where you live, everywhere is impacted by global climate change. But little things that everyone can do can make a change for the better. So like riding your bike to school or carpooling with friends and family to work are great ways to fix the problem. So even choosing to buy local food is a great way to make a change. Instead of buying from foods that are shipped all over the world, buy locally. It's a great way to make a change. So what can you tell us about the Newport fisheries, Carolyn?
Well, don't tell the fish here, but we do support fisheries, but sustainable ones. This means that we use fishing practices that allow the population to stay healthy. So if you go down to the bay, there's a lot of fishermen out there that do these sort of practices. And you can go down there and get fish from them today.
So thanks for joining us today, you guys. Now that we've probably got you really hungry with all this talk about delicious fish, don't leave yet. We've got a few... Actually, how's your air, Carolyn? Is it doing good?
Excuse me?
How's your air?
My air is... I'm doing great.
All right. So we have time for some questions if anyone has anything to ask our diver. Okay.
Are all the fish, are all the sharks in their males, or are there some females in
It's
there?
a good question. She wants to know, are all the sharks in there males, or do we also have females?
We also have females. Of our 7 gills, we actually have 1 female, and she's the largest, and her name is Distinction.
All right, what's your question?
They blend into a pack.
I'm sorry, one more time?
They blend into a pack.
Okay, so what she wants to know is, can sharks blend into a tack in the ocean?
Can they blend in?
Yeah.
Definitely. Notice this guy. So we start up dark on the top and light on the bottom. That's if you look down, you can't see him. You look up, he looks like the sky. So that's one of the many ways they can blend in.
So did you have a question?
What kind of fish is the female? I mean,
Which kind of fish is the female? So what he wants to know is, what kind of fish is the female?
What
Miss
kind of
Piggy?
fish? She's a shark.
Which fish in there? Which fish in there? How do you know?
So, okay, so the way you tell a shark, the different sharks apart is, let's see if we can get one to swim by, if not. So on the bottom, there are 2 little prongs coming out from the male. Those are called claspers, and females don't have those. It's just flat with a little hole. And that's how you tell female sharks apart from the male. So I think we got time for one more question. Anyone? All right, what do you got? That's a good question. He wants to know, do we train them to not eat us, or is it just natural?
Well, when they're first captured, we put them in closures that are surrounded by nets, looking tight. So when they go for food, they kind of know that's the end. So when we're in here, we can move it around, and they know what that means. That means that's about it.
All right, you guys, thank you very much for coming. Oh, okay, so right here, see those under, right in front of the fin, there were those 2, they look kind of just like little things. Here, right there. Sorry, hard to describe, but on the bottom of the shark, there's 2 little carrot-looking things. Those are called claspers.
I have one question. How many times have you guys actually done this whole diving scene? Like how many times has she been?
Okay, I think, how many times has she dove?
Yeah.
Okay, how many times have you dove, Carolyn?
I don't know anymore.
Oh, okay. You're pretty comfortable with it.
She says you seem very comfortable.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so we're all out of time, but thank you guys for supporting the aquarium. Oh, does anyone want to get a picture with our diver? Anyone want to take a high five?
I need to get captive clothing.
All right, guys, so if anyone wants to step up and just get your picture taken, let's do one at a time, okay?